Go further a bit down to verse 10, it says, all the horns of the wicked I will cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. Meaning, God will break the power and the pride of the wicked, while elevating the strength and the status of the righteous. In that same breath, I would like to ask us to bow our heads so we pray. Dear Lord, we stand before you in humble prayer before we start this program. We realize without your blessing, we would not be able to stand here and succeed with the plans we have for this activity. Bestow your grace and divine wisdom to all of us present here so we could cooperate and enjoy camaraderie and love for the great glory of your name. Bless also those who we have left behind at our homes. May you also grant them peace and happiness as they go about their activities. And bless the people of the world and of this Namibia nation. Amen. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Comrade Mati Intamba. Let me then establish the protocol. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, the President of the SWAPO Party and the President of the Republic of Namibia, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Elijah Ngorare, Comrade Sophia Nango Shaningwa, the SWAPO Party Secretary General in absentia, Comrade Ephraim Tuhadeleni Nekongo, SWAPO Party Youth League Secretary, as well as Comrade Christine Haindaka, SWAPO Party Youth League Deputy Secretary. Honorable Ministers, as well as Deputy Ministers present, Honorable Members of Parliament present, Comrade Elliot Mbako, SWAPO Party Regional Coordinator for Khomas Region, Comrade Sem Shafishuna Nuyoma, SWAPO Party Youth League Regional Secretary and Governor of the mighty Khomas Region, members of the SWAPO Party Central Committee and members of the SWAPO Party Youth League Central Committee, the SWAPO Party Regional Council and local authority candidates, and the entire leadership of SWAPO for Khomas Region. I greet you all and welcome you to the People's Parliament. Youth in Conversation with Netumbo, under the theme Youth in Motion, Building Our Future, Shaping Our Democracy, and Advancing Namibia's Youth through NDP 6. I'm Absalom Shihepo, and I'm the branch secretary for Osea Kutako, SWAPO Party Youth League in John Pandeni District. Together with the talented, young, and only 17 years old, please rise so they can see you, Comrade Loide Nakalemo will be directing the proceedings for today. So today we come together to engage our president on the pressing bread and butter issues that affect our livelihood in Khomas. I would like to call upon that we all embrace the moment and take time to reflect on what we want the leadership of SWAPO to do for us. I'd like to remind my fellow young people that it is not through individualism that challenges in our societies are resolved, but it is through combined effort. So with that being said, allow me to welcome the next speaker on our program, and that will be none other than Comrade Sem Shafishuna Nuyoma, who is the SWAPO Party Youth League Regional Secretary. Pardon me, who is the SWAPO Party Youth League Regional Secretary, as well as the Governor of Khomas Region, to give us the welcoming remarks. Comrade Governor, it's over to you.
Thank you, Comrade. Viva SWAPO, viva! Viva SWAPO, viva! A luta, a victoria. Comrade Program Directors, Comrade Loide Nakalamo, SWAPO Party Pioneer Movement member, and Comrade Absalom Shihepo, Osea Kutako Branch Secretary. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of SWAPO Party and of the Republic of Namibia, allow me to stand on the protocol that has already been established. Good afternoon, comrades. Good afternoon, comrades in the other tent. It is a profound honor to welcome you all to this important gathering, the People's Parliament, Youth in Conversation with Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of SWAPO Party and of the Republic of Namibia. This platform is a living expression of participatory leadership in our country, where voices of young people are heard, respected, and integrated into national agenda. Your Excellency, on behalf of the SWAPO Party Youth League in Khomas Region, I extend our deepest gratitude to you for making time to be here with us. Your presence is a demonstration of your unwavering commitment to lead through consultation, dialogue, and collective problem solving. We thank you for embodying a leadership style that listens before it decides, that consults before it acts, and that values the contributions of every citizen, particularly the youth. Your dedication inspires us to believe that our voices matter and that our future is being shaped not for us, but with us. Over the past 9 months, we have witnessed the 8th administration in action, guided by the SWAPO Party Manifesto Implementation Plan, which has been translated into the 6th National Development Plan. This administration has made significant strides that speak directly to the needs and dreams of our youth. From the National Youth Development Fund to the announcement of free tertiary education from next year, safety and road infrastructure projects, among others. These achievements are tangible steps towards building a Namibia where young people can thrive, contribute, and lead. As we prepare for the regional councils and local authority elections next week, I urge every young person to go out and vote for SWAPO Party and its candidates. Voting is the most powerful tool that we have to shape our future. By casting your vote for the SWAPO Party and its candidates, you strengthen the mandate of the 8th administration to fully realize our party's implementation plan. A strong electoral mandate ensures continuity, stability, and smooth execution of policies that directly benefit the youth, from education and healthcare to employment and social protection. Your vote is an investment in the future you want to see. Comrades, this is your platform. The President and Cabinet Ministers are here to listen, to engage, and to respond. I urge every young person present to speak freely, to ask boldly, and to share openly. Do not hold back your concerns about unemployment, housing, or the environment in which you live in. Do not hesitate to share your aspirations for innovation, entrepreneurship, and leadership. Your voices are the very foundation of governance. With that, I welcome you all to the Youth in Conversation with Her Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of SWAPO Party and of the Republic of Namibia. May our discussions today be fruitful, our questions bold, and our answers transformative. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Secretary, as the Governor of Khomas Region. Before we move along with our program, there is one little item which is very important that I forgot to mention in the beginning. So for the general public, on my far right, in events where nature calls, we should be able to help ourselves using the establishments on our far right. I don't know if I'm giving the direction correctly. Yeah, and for the VIPs on my far left, the blue establishments on my far left will be able to be made use of. Thank you very much. We look very serious. Am I too serious? Maybe we must test the mic. Must we test the mic? Which one do we go with? Which one do you go with? The young lions, which one do we go with? Which one do you go with? All right. I'll leave that to Comrade Feni Tuchavi. All right. We're moving along with our program. And up next, I would like to invite Comrade Ephraim Nekongo, who is the SWAPO Party Youth League Secretary, to give us a statement. Please welcome Comrade Secretary.
Nuyo manatangwe na ambelelwe mulole ae eitu. Nuyo manatangwe na ambelelwe mulole ae eitu. Njile tupalela e manguluko manguluka presidente wetu nuyo mokwati ina musholola nyena musonye Namibia letu sotwelilwila sigo kesindano eshoshiri Soviete na Cuba na mbelelwe mulole avo eitu Njebwe tu sapota mbazu kotuna opo tuye nayo mo Namibia. Thank you very much. Comrade President, because now I'm told I must observe the protocol that have been already set by the director of ceremony, I will only acknowledge you and say welcome to your parliament. On that note, I will then observe the protocol as established. It is my privilege today once again for us as the SWAPO Party Youth League to host this strategic and rare engagement, the People's Parliament, under the banner Youth in Conversation with the President. Our journey began on the 19th of July 2024 in Rundu, in Kavango East. And today, we continue with this vital conversation, building on the foundation of Youth in Conversation with Netumbo. The first sessions was to examine an important questions that was the visions. The question was the vision. What was the vision? Sorry. What vision does His Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah hold for Namibia? And what can we expect from the SWAPO Party if entrusted with governance? Because that time we were busy campaigning and we were asking all of you to go and vote for SWAPO Party presidential candidates. So on that note, please thank yourself and round of applause for yourself. It's not enough. Round of applause again. It's not enough. We indeed have delivered. The people president is here among us. Today, we take the next step in exploring what the 8th administration has planned for the young Namibians and how we can grow our country to create meaningful jobs, to strengthen education. See, that's why when I'm speaking, I can see the Minister of Education, and I'm also seeing the Minister responsible for job creation. And also to improve our health care, and also to safeguard our sovereignty. Comrade President, with election approaching next week, which is the 26th of November, we have a responsibility as a youth league to mobilize our young people, not just to be voters, but to be as an active participant in shaping the Namibian future. We must remind them that SWAPO Party manifesto shows how our policy translates into action through the 6th National Development Plan, while pursuing another mandate at the Regional Council and all local authority. While we are here, comrades, we know that last time as members of SWAPO and comrades in Windhoek, we have made a mistake, serious mistake. We have trusted wrong people with right position. So therefore, while we are here, comrade, let's go out and mobilize ourselves to go and vote for SWAPO Party regional council candidate in all our constituency. Are we going to do that? Yes. Let us also go and correct the mistake that we have done, that we have a city that is run by the people that are called opposition. Now we cannot even deliver anything. You know, we are told government have made money available to build houses as per the president's call. The money is going back. Are we going to trust these people? No. So let's go and make that correction. Comrade President, we advocate for participatory leadership that listen, that value and act upon the voices of the people. This approach delivers stronger public engagement where citizens feel heard, respected, motivated to contribute to the leadership that involve ground level perspective to improve problem solving and prevent oversight, implement innovative ideas from the people to the decision makers, and open a collaborative governance that builds the confidence and the unity. That's why, Comrade President, we bring you here at the heart of Tobias Aineko, where the peoples live. Are you not giving the President a round of applause? It's very rare, whether it's in Africa or anywhere else in the world, where you can have an engagement with the President face to face. Oshipara, no shipara. So you must applaud the President once again. Comrade President, today the youth are here to engage you directly with all the government. I can see the Prime Minister is here to engage with government officials, engage and ask questions. Here on the question I said, ask any question. That's what the President said. Ask any question. Even those rumors and lies that you were told in the street, ask the President here. You have the opportunity. That is where we will clarify misconceptions about the state intervention. These are the innovators and the future of Namibia. We are committed to set the record straight against misinformation and all those spreading of lies. And also, sometimes our colleagues from media also distort information. Fellow young Namibians, let us maintain the momentum we have built during this national campaign. Your energy, participation, and commitment do not stop at the national election. We must and they must continue in all local authority elections, where your voice and vote can shape the community where we live. Engage, mobilize, and encourage others to take part. Every seat, every council, every local decision matters for the future we want to build together. Comrade President, with your approval, here, Comrade, I'm also asking leaders, councillors that are going to be elected here, members of parliament, ministers, we must come down here. When we were preparing here, we brought toilets. We wanted to make it a deliberate that we will not bring toilets. We also bring water, but we wanted also to make sure that we will not bring water, so that we live with the realities of what our peoples are going through. Therefore, comrade ministers, when you are sitting in those offices, I don't want to call because the Prime Minister is here, those offices, I hope there's no aircon in his office. So I want to encourage all of us, as the President has come down to Tobias Aineko, ministers, section leaders, branch leaders, organize meetings so that the minister can come and talk to the people, so that we clear this misinformation that goes around. Let's put them on the pressure. If we have promised you that we are going to make sure that the medicine in the hospitals are going to be there, hold us accountable. Hold us accountable, just like right now we are here holding the biggest office in the land accountable to you. On that note, let me once again to take this opportunity to thank you very much, Comrade President and your cabinet, for allowing yourself to come to the people. This year we started in Kurenkuru. Then we went to Ondangwa, that's Oshana region, Kavango West. From there, Comrade President, we went to Erongo. And we went to Marienta last weekend. Today we are in Commerce. We will be in Ketman's shop in Karas region on Saturday. So we want to thank you. But this conversation is not ending because of elections. It will continue next year. This time around, perhaps bringing the minister. If you say there is no medicine in Katutura, we'll just bring the minister. Ask the minister, where is the medicine? That's what we are going to do. That program will continue. So as I conclude, Comrade President, we have only one last one to go for this year, which is in Ketmans. We want to humbly ask you, because the Swapo Party Youth League first, let me call my team, the media team. Can you all come here? Comrade Indaka, please lead them. My media team, please, I know you are behind the cameras. You know what we did? We decided also to create our own media team because people distort our information. And when we were campaigning last year, we also told the president that you must never go to any media. We will create our own because they always distort you. Yeah? So, this team of young men and women, some are already advanced in Ketmans. They have been running around to make sure that they bring it live to you, but also to plan and also execute. So I want to thank the team because we are almost closing for this year. So thank you very much. Please give them a round of applause. Comrade President, we also want to, because you are the commander of the team, we want to give you a flower now. Please, Comrade President, with due respect, we want to appreciate you. Because we are closing for the year, almost. Comrade President, please give a round of applause. Thank you. Now, when we were going around, there was one person that she have impressed us. This person I'm mentioning is one of the member of the cabinet of our president. She made sure that she have been everywhere. And today she is here again, and she will also be in Kettmans. So we felt we want to thank her, and we want to give her flowers. This person is none other than Comrade Erica Shafuda, our Minister for Finance. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Babu Oyata. Thank you, we can go back now. Thank you very much, Memesha Fuda. I know your question, every question that you have for Shimaliwa, she will answer. Ask your question, she will answer. So on that note, I want to once again thank you for coming, and I will also ask those that are viewing to continue viewing, because we will close off in Kettmans shop on Saturday. Thank you very much, Director Solomon. Back to you.
Viva the mighty Swapo Party, viva! Viva! Viva Tobias Hanyeko, viva! Viva! Thank you. Thank you very much, Comrade Secretary. Standing in front of you is Lloydia Nakalemo, a very proud member of Swapo Party. To my youth, I just have something small to tell you. Please feel free as we engage in this interactive section with our Her Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah. Can we please allulate for that? Please bring forth your questions, your thoughts, as well as your solutions, so we shape the future of the Namibian economy. Thank you very much. So up next on the program, I would love to call upon the Comrade Ndeshi Tokola Hashotushi to give the word of gratitude. Thank you.
Tangi komito ndeipewa o Afrika mapa o Comrade Gervasia Ndeshi Tokola Shotushi tete nanti popife o valeli o vafimane kwa pendo do dayoloka nkunde medina lo shwapo yetonga le kapa ame haikundu nene on presidente wa Shilongo sha Namibia o utalele o bahupino vale o Haiti tangi unene pitikenge ngitongomone o ka dona ko Netumbo peingo mito ndi yombadwa morwa lupanduli nene esha holokapa ashikwa ishinigimela kali ipopi Soba Tobiasa otpapandula obaka kulukaji mungunta otpatitangi moku monon leli wo Shilongo akufse on pe wo Shilongo aholoka moshtopola sa Tobiasa hanyeko okatunda kalukilwa omapenda oshikanjo shalukilwa omapenda fule shalukilwa Tobias hanyeko aseina pakwa Tobias akashamana wishi ehena mbila omolwe konjelo manguluko loshitunda Namibia mkwanango bewe ya monele yalukilwa onjai okatunda kalukilwa ofule mkwanango bewe ya wea meme wetu wea mekulu wetu nambuda kuminino iwana namwongo wa kuminina ounona na wakono vae onkuminini we munga kamana omwidilili wa batatembuka Netumbo toyanjele oiwana ndenpeli la totukulile emunga oiwana oposhinda imakele mamba oyaka umeka ovanme bakute betufa fyetwimbe pamwe navo eimbilole hafo hatutumbula Netumbo omwilili vo batalonje kono na koilongo yavo vakache na mbio kunon ledi onanguwe na olune no shiwana shae no shava kwavo so hatutumbula Netumbo hatutangu munande mpelila onganga nifiwe iwana onghonjeli kumwe oshiwana shae tati okumoshi mashakula ombili ohole elongelo kumwe oyo kamana kandongo ongeshi wana shange nantukauka vana vange tuye kumwe ngedina lomona onwilili ondacho aitumbula Netumbo onjiki onyati oshiwana tati tulongeni no udinini vana vange tuhadinike ko vaje ilongo tuhayembwe ko vajati vehoni tuwaulikile ko ntonjaba kucha fyo Namibia kuhadi ova Afrika konduko no nyali havati lo pyu tusho ilonga yokomaki Netumbo hamele kumoshiwana tati one Namibia one nation oshiwana shilepo shimbale shimwe oba Namibia tuvelele metiti limwe tuli obana vaina imwe shashi okadila akanyonkwi mwakeke watu popi Netumbo na ndinde itwa mkwanango peke holo ndede okoenda ipake holo nyalo otati tulongeni vana vange elikolo shilongo molili okawe nongopolo twina ouna mapya no imunito pula neduli wano una mapya oliliko no lya ishekono no oshikembela tashitwimbi tulonge tukale no shetuvene okalanda kankweni hakeliterwa fingo onge tulongeni twana pamanamo meme wetu oshotati Netumbo tatakelo no valeli pamwe naye tati owi tolongo mo wana oshiwana otoi oshiwana mangina shitatange ove haitata tete mkwanango betati uhapandula no vake Netumbo ingidilo shilongwe hongolo shali onambia keshe amone hongo tuje koni maefia nambia liepo fika yopo iwana okaweka polisi mo shilongo fietu tule kondado yetu vene oitukutuku indulukwe mo shilongo computer tulonge fyevene ongobo wanjakane mo shilongo meme Netumbo wende tolitale peno mekulu ahalo shiwana shinona kudiwa ovalelwa venona kuiwa iwa yaela no yamkalangaja te yanjo shihopaene na shiwa koiwa na opo ushinda no koilongo konje omafuta kucha kone tumbo kuno shiwana shisho okushaja ovalelwa vena ekanhameno la kola ohatu popi kone tumbo ovakuluka divo motopia shanyako kuilileni omwashi mwene naleshi kuilileni ovalume nukalukeni
Let's give Mekulu another round of applause. Thank you, Nene Mekulu Ndesh Tokola. Now, before we move along with our program, there's a vehicle, registration number 242403 Windhoek. Vehicle registration number 242403 Windhoek. Please attend to the vehicle. There's another vehicle that would like to exit right behind yours. Now, before we continue with our program again, I'd like to ask my fellow young people as to who they are. And I always say, if you don't take pride in who you are or where you are from, you will never take pride in anything you do. Just like Mekulu was taking pride in who she is right now. We have seen this now with our leaders. So who are we? We are the children of the founding father, Tate Kolosem Nioma, isn't it so? If he was here today, he would say, and his love for us will echo through his words, and he would say, Kesho mnonom Namibia, inanashe ni mariwa ngekai ni mariwa na eko skora. Kesho mnonom Namibia, te hama, inanashe ni mariwa ngekai ni mariwa na eko chipangero. Who are we? We are the children of Tate Hifikepunye Pohamba. It echoed through his words. What would he say? Why the government is reporting it to SWAPO? Why not? It's a SWAPO party government. We haven't been elected by the people to lead them through the government. Therefore, we are doing the best thing. Again, I ask you, who are we? We are the children of the late Dr. Hage Geingob. If he was here today, he would say, this country is the only country you can call home. I wish I can take each and every one of you on a bus. You will tell me, no, I want to go home. Our leaders love this country. And today I ask you, who are you? We are the children of Mekulu Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah. She will stand here at this podium and look at us straight in the eyes and say, really, comrades, it is not business as usual. Therefore, comrades, allow me to continue with the program. Up next, we will have the presentation of party candidates, an introduction of guest of honor, which was initially supposed to be done by our Secretary General, but in this case, it will be done by Honorable Paula Cooper, who is the Deputy Chief Whip at the National Assembly, as well as the national leader assigned to Commerce. Honorable, please make your way to the podium. Please give her a round of applause.
If I'm at a SWAPO event, I'm not honorable. I'm a comrade. Roar, young lions, roar. Roar, young lions, roar. Some of us are products of the young lions. And therefore we are standing proud and tall in front of you. Also seeing our former secretaries here makes you want to show them what we have learned from them have brought us where we are. My task is simple. But then I got a different task here as well from the Director of Proceedings to introduce the keynote speaker. But before I do that, may I request all the candidates of the SWAPO party in the Khomas region that we will be voting for on the 26th, next week Wednesday, regional councillors and local authority councillor candidates. Comrades, can you join me on the stage? I have the mic and you can dance. You can dance for now. Once I
Haipandula sema, haipandula sema, haipandula sema, haipandula sema, haipandula sema, haipandula sema. Oye, umilanga, nuyo manakangwera, lemuko, ole, ole, jire tupale ha. Me quiero
Thank you very much, comrades. I see that we are ready for next week, Wednesday. Let's sing all the way to the polling station and do the right thing there. Now, comrades, I have to introduce to you our candidates. If I say our, I say SWAPO party, Khomas regional candidates for the regional council and the local authority councillor that we will be voting for on Wednesday next week. When do we vote? Wednesday, next week. Our first candidate is Comrade John Shalukeni Monde, is our current chairperson of the regional council. Now, unfortunately, he's not here. He said the regional council. That's the information, that's now the correct information I'm sharing with you. Factual information. He's busy at the regional council. If he was here, he was supposed to give us a synopsis of what they have done at the Regional Council for the past 5 years. We have, and he's from John Pandeni, neighbors here. It was first Soweto, it's now John Pandeni. Comrades who are here from John Pandeni, that's our candidate, Comrade John Shalukeni Monde. We have Comrade Richard Kausep. He's the councillor for Karutura East. Okay, we are in Tobias Anyeko. They will not scream like they will scream now. But he is our candidate in Karutura East District. Yes, thank you. We have, who's our candidate in Tobias Anyeko? Where is he? Where is he? This is Comrade Christopher Ligua, our current councillor and our candidate. Viva! The fourth, we have 10 districts in Khomas. Our fourth candidate is Comrade Stephanus Ntengu, our neighbor from Moses Garowe. Where is he? Okay, he's fixing something there, ne? Yeah, we have many issues, but whoever is not here is campaigning. Yeah. Whoever is not here is busy. Thank you. We have only 2 female candidates in Khomas, comrades, and that's not a good sign. That's not a good thing. Moving forward, comrades, we have a female president, speaker, and in that Secretary General, Vice President, the person speaking here, Deputy Chief Whip.
That's why we...
Let's look at it. And that's for all of us, also the party. Our mother body also must look into it. Because it cannot be like that. That gives us a problem at the National Council as well. Then we have our 5th candidate, the smallest and the shortest. She was currently our Deputy Chief Whip in the National Council. Yes, that was my colleague. And the District Secretary of the Youth League in Windhoek West. She's our candidate, Comrade Emma Muteka. Windhoek West, Councillor. She's currently the councillor and she's the candidate. Share the message. Share the message. And nobody sleeps that morning. We all are going to the polling station. Come. You are what? She has another portfolio apparently.
No, I don't have a portfolio. Please allow me to show off. I'm also Our Excellency, the President's Councillor. Thank you very much.
I hope the President have not registered. I hope the President have not registered somewhere else now. Even Honorable Steenkamp, even the Prime Minister. No, I'm from Windhoek Rural. I just sleep in your district. Our second female candidate, I make it clear, and I want it to be clear, that it's not a good thing. I'm making it categorically clear. The second and last female candidate. In Khomas region, we have 10 districts, comrades. It's not fair. It's not giving a good impression to the outside world. We have a female president. We have that, you know what I've mentioned, vice president, speaker, deputy. No, comrades. After 5 years. After 5 years. Now the men are our partners and our fathers, counterparts and brothers. We are moving together in this. Yes. Then we have Comrade Lydia Kanime. Viva Samora Machel. She's from Samora Machel. Comrade Lydia, I mentioned only 2, and it ends with A. And it should not after 5 years. Prepare yourselves, comrades. It costs preparations, a long-term preparation to reach somewhere. We have Comrade Wayne Sissing for Komastal District. Viva. Komastal. Ne? Daar in die dal. Ons stem daar so. Ne? Ons slap nie. Ons gaan stem daar. We have our 8 candidate, Comrade Flip the Brain. Comrade Flip the Brain is from Windhoek East. There. Klein Windhoek. Avis. Daar so. Remember, comrades, even if we don't live there, we know people who lives there. We at least know people who lives there. Talk to them. Campaign does not end. Campaign must continue. It's Comrade Flip the Brain. He is the 8th candidate in Komas. We have Comrade Willem Karisep, Windhoek Rural. That's where I'm coming from. I'm from Groothoop. Windhoek Rural. I'll be voting there. Don't look for me in Windhoek. Look for me outside Windhoek, but I will vote for the municipality. There. Yes. He's campaigning. That I can say for sure. I know. He's campaigning. He has a lot of rural areas. Lot of farms where he has to go in and out. And maybe Opas also says, don't enter here. You know, that is where he is now. We are ending with our former mayor, Comrade Mose Kalapwa. Where is he from? Karutura Central. Where is Comrade Kalapwa? Oh, Karutura Central. Who don't know him? He at least did one good thing when he was at the city of Windhoek, isn't it? At least one. If we cannot mention the others, at least one good thing he did at the city of Windhoek. Therefore, he's our candidate. These are the faces we have put on the poles of the city. And those are the faces that will defend the SWAPO party. On the 26th of November, next week, Wednesday, 2025, from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, don't sleep. Don't also go out the previous night. Take your chair, take your water, take your everything, go sit and be in front. Be in front, SWAPO party members. Thank you, regional councillor candidates. You may sit down. Local authorities, City of Windhoek. City of Windhoek. Even though I'm from a rural area, I will vote for the City of Windhoek because Groothoop falls under the City of Windhoek. And therefore I will hold you accountable if I don't have water, if the electricity is off, everything. Comrades, we have Comrade Zacharias Unona is not here. Where? Oh, he looks like Comrade Paulus Emmanuel. That's Comrade Zacharias Unona. He's the district coordinator of Windhoek East, where Comrade Flip the Brain comes from. You see, he's tired. They went in there in those houses where the big dogs and everything are. Even in the shopping malls, they were campaigning. They didn't mind where the person stays in Topias and Yako and Windhoek East. You try your luck. We have Comrade Amtenya Albertina. Where are you? That's our Roar the Young Lions Roar. Roar the Young Lions Roar. That's our regional info of the SWAPO Party Youth League. This story that we are told, that it's only old people that occupies positions in SWAPO. Tell the people that we have a generational mix. From government up till wherever. You see, it's a generational mix. Comrade Albertina is a regional info of this region for the SWAPO Party Youth League. We have Comrade Madia Shongo. Matthew is where? Where is he? He's working. Okay, he's campaigning in those shops of Windhoek West. Yeah. We have Comrade Francina Kahungu. She's campaigning with the Women's Council. Whoever is not here is busy. Comrade Kahungu is the secretary for the SWAPO Party Women's Council. All the ladies in the house, all the mothers in the house, we are represented. Young people, women, men. We have Comrade Dimitrio Biekes. Comrade Dimitrio is from Groothoop like me. I was saying it's the first time in history that we as a Windhoek Rural have candidates for the city of Windhoek, even though we were voting for the city of Windhoek. And that's a good gesture. Thank you very much, comrades. Vote for us. We have Comrade Tony Ambambi. Do you know her? Topias Anyako, do you know her? You know her. Go and vote, because Comrade Tony is there amongst the others. Comrade Tony Ambambi is from Topias Anyako. I was there. She's our candidate. We have Comrade Austin Kwenani. Where is Comrade Austin? Campaigning. In Komasdal, but if the candidate is here, he's busy. At National, oh, he maybe went to Grootfontein. They are busy there. NYS is busy. So he went there. We must understand, yeah. Comrade Queen, do we know her? Who is she? Who is Comrade Queen? Former mayor. Only. What else? It's our regional info of the region. This is Comrade Queen Kamati. These are the products of the Swapo Party Youth League. Generational infusion. I want to use the English word. Comrade Queen, I do not know the communication I have overheard. Comrade President, that is still on like that. Okay, prepare yourself mentally. We have Comrade Emmanuel Paulus. Comrade Paulus Emmanuel, do we know him? Yes. Do we know him? Yes. Who is it? Our former regional secretary. Comrade Paulus Emmanuel. Myself, under the leadership of Comrade Secretary, Comrade Kurare, Comrade Nekongo, Comrade Paulus Emmanuel, who is here, was in the Central Committee of the Swapo Party Youth League at the same time, under the leadership of your Prime Minister, our Prime Minister. You see where we are coming. Comrade Kalapwa, we were in the same Central Committee. Yes. He was our former regional secretary. He was also at the city of Windhoek in the management. Yes. He has experience. There is nothing that you go and learn there, I believe. We have Comrade Nampata Angula. She's not here. She's busy. She's campaigning. Okay. Youth League Secretary says they are campaigning. We have Comrade Semi Ngamba. Where are you? He's your neighbor from where we are. He's a next door neighbor. Moses Karoep. Do we know him? I'm doing this exercise for us to know whom we are voting for. Tell our neighbors and their neighbors and everybody who our candidates are. Yeah, we must market also. We have Comrade Elizabeth Hoffney. She's from Windhoek Rural. We have two candidates this time around. Windhoek Rural. We are voting outside. Don't look for us here. But we will vote for the local authority that morning. Comrade Louis van der Merwe. His district info is here. Comrade Louis is maybe campaigning. There, that side, in the shops and at the swimming pool and everywhere. We have Comrade Frederica Amutse Shueda. She is from Karutura Central. She is from Karutura Central. She's campaigning. She's campaigning. Then we have 15 seats at the city of Windhoek and 10 constituencies in the Commerce region. I will conclude. Do we know Comrade Gabriel Shatindi? We know him. He is from from our regional office. Ne? He's from Moses. Yeah, he was nominated by Moses Karweb. But he's branch coordinator there in Moses Karweb. Yes, thank you very much, Comrade. Comrade Queen, I believe that you have mentally prepared yourself. Yes, she have a special duty here to play. It's just unfortunate that Comrade Monde is not here, because he's the chairperson of the regional council still today.
Thank you, Comrade Paula. May I stand on the protocol established? I have a simple task from Her Excellency, just to go through a brief voters' education. Comrades, I just want to say that let us not take this opportunity for granted to have our president in our mix. Nation building is untidy. Nation building is uncomfortable. And nation building is inconvenience. So for the president to be here with us, she's here to demonstrate that we need to work extra hard these left days. We need to stretch. So with those few, we are going to the polls next week, Wednesday, the 23rd November, 26th November 2025. And I just want all of us to note that we must receive 2 ballots. So by receiving 2 ballots, one is for regional council and the other one is for the local authority, City of Windhoek Muni, oka ballot akamoka Muni kamwe oko regional councillor. So kuna kamwe. Okay. So when we are going to vote, you will vote twice. When you vote twice, you vote for your regional councillor, your constituency councillor. Atuhorora, tango tohorora, councillor goshitopora hororo, muhozi. Councillor likuwa, nenge councillor hutuleni Ndoto tara mapena, Maniki, and Swapo Party. That is where you vote. Here, there will be the councillor's photo, not our president. Okay? Poka ballot haka councillor, apokara punethalo na councillor, nge kumwete, you look for the Maniki, nenge Swapo Party. It's very, very important to note. Then you vote for local authority. When you vote for local authority, you don't even go far. You just remember our favorite Blue Duki. You vote for our president. You are not going to vote for these faces that you were being introduced to. Otuvite niko, poka balota koko muni, otohorora, mapuna ethanola meme presidente wetu nongonyo swapo. Itoka horori parambino ilimano, otwakalero apoku presidente wetu ngewa wapukitha moma hororo, uthemba okulombuela, o agenta yoko isiena kuchowa pukitha te kupoka balota kamwe, ndeto horurura So if you make an error or a mistake during voting, it's your right as a citizen to raise your hand and talk to the ECN officials and tell them that you need a new ballot paper. Okay? So these are the ballot papers that we are going to receive. I'm not sure you'll be able to see, but during the door-to-door, I'm sure we've seen these ballot papers. So this is a sample for the regional council. It's going to be in alphabetical order. So when you receive this ballot, you look for the name of your constituency councillor, starting with the same name, okay? And then you look for the face and the name Swapo Party when you vote for the regional council. So when you cross in the council, in this box, please cross inside the box. Don't cross outside the box, okay? Shitoka horora ne mo mahororo gostopora hororo. Otoko ngwedinara councillor totameke no fani yae. Nenge totala mapashangwa Swapo Party nengongonyo nethano la councillor. Ndemo kakororo muno okakrosi na kapitirira moe na kakale kelime nilo kakororo. Ngoto yane ko kumuni toya koma rusheno no mea ne problema dishe. So when you it's fine. So so shitwane kumuni ototala ne mapuna ethano la president wetwene opatu crossingeni moka boxa mu na president no mwete shika markingwa. So this is how we are going to cross and mark for SWAPO party. The other information is that if you are a registered voter and you have lost your voter's card, it started on the 17th, ending on the 23rd of November on Sunday. You have to go and renew your voter's card. Parents, let's check on our children and ourselves voter's cards as of today. So if you have lost your card, you go to the nearest police station with your ID and you inform them that you have lost your voter's card. They will then write a declaration for you. You go with your declaration and your ID card to the constituency office and say you came to renew your card, but only if you are a registered voter. If you have a voter's card and you can't find it, okay? Shane wakanitho kakala takwe kwa mahororo, maroa register, wathi kwa nale ukena, otoi okuzane na sigomo sonda ha, po policy, to ningo declaration na policy, to ino kanse koe, shawa ningo declaration na, otoi ko, constituency kombero wa kansela, kombero wa tateli kuwa, tatendengu, tatemonde, tudishe ni madhili hasho. Ndeto ino declaration ano kanse koe, toningiro kakala toka pe, akuruna tutale nyukala ta unona, nukala ta wetu enyo kuzane na ngengo ulimena ndurathano. So I think, Your Excellency, that is it. And I just want to urge all of us here to go out and vote. Comrades, it's serious. It's serious to see our leadership here, to see our president here. It's not a normal thing. She has a lot of responsibilities, but she's here to motivate us. So let's go out, let's stretch, and let's do the last stretch so that we vote, okay? We have the problems in our community. And Your Excellency, I'm proud to stand here to Katunda. This branch is going to be named after me. They have officially communicated because of the services that we've assisted and the electricity that I've accelerated for them since 2021 when SWAPO was not in any leadership position at council. So these people are committed in other districts, especially the Moses Garweb, Tobias Saingeko. Amidst the problems they are facing, they support our party. But we equally brought the problem in the city of Windhoek. As comrades of Commerce Region, we need to go and rectify. Opo swapa kale no majority mo councillor, okwapo majority or 2/3 majority, opaningo matokoro kweta o service apo pepi. Twapo kukwatene the president in her cabinet and her leadership to implement the SWAPO party manifesto that we all are aware that is transformed to the National Development Program 6 NDP 6. The president will not be able to provide service. Itavuru kumwetelu njuo, no mayor, no rusheno, if we do not have 2/3 majority in SWAPO party at the city of Windhoek. We know that, right? So let us go out there, let us mobilize, and let us stretch, comrades, so that we, Commerce Region, emerge victorious. Your Excellency, I so submit.
Thank you very much. The information of the region have spoken. The information of the region have given marching orders. Let's just do what was said by Comrade Queen Kamati, a product of the SWAPO Party Youth League. Thank you very much, comrades. You may be seated. Roar, young lions, roar. Roar, young lions, roar. Who is that one who roar like me? I don't roar like a lion. I'm assisted by the mic. Roar like lions, comrades. Because you are here. Roar, young lions, roar. Roar, young lions, roar. Thank you very much, comrades. I have been asked to introduce a gem of the Namibian nation to you. A giant who stands out. If she goes, have you seen already on the television? If you go out in the international world, amongst men, she stands tall, representing the nation of Namibia. Is that so? Who's that one? Who? Ah, no. If that is the case, Comrade President, if that is the case, then I do not know whether we are having voters on the 26th. Who is our president? I'm worried. I'm worried. Comrades, I'm introducing to you our president, the first female president, Her Excellency Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah. No, no, no. No, comrades, wait. Music. I've seen yesterday, even whilst the president was speaking, you made noise. We should not educate ourselves on such things. That's misbehavior. Yes. Now, comrades, that's our president who have sleepless nights about our problems. Where can I find a lot of money to take Namibia out of poverty? Where can I find a lot of money to send all these young people to schools? Where can I get a lot of money to give to the elders that we have promised for? Where do I get and find finances for agriculture, for these diamonds? Because I want to wear, if I get married, a diamond ring, Comrade President, a shiny diamond ring made in Namibia. But by the time I probably get married, that ring is ready. We want everybody to sit on our machines and don't go to Soweto Market and don't go away and cry if we have to make dresses. That's the dream of our president. And we must assist our president, Comrade Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, to fulfill her dream. Is that so, comrades? If it was not for her dream, she wouldn't have been here today. She take her task very serious in leading this nation. Therefore, on a Thursday, very hot Thursday afternoon, there is a lot of work, I believe. There's a lot of problems in this republic. She left that with the Prime Minister. The Vice President is also campaigning. Whoever is not here is campaigning. That's our president. And I want us to rise for Comrade President Netumbo Nandi Ntemupelila Ndaitwah. And to the power of 4.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Swapo! Swapo! Now! Swapo! Swapo! Now! Now! Thank you, comrades. Thank you, Comrade Paula. When you are here, you are not honorable. I fully agree. We are comrades. And comrades and our directors of ceremonies, Comrade Rija Ngurare, our Prime Minister, our hosts, the Secretary for SWAPO Youth League, the Deputy, the Secretary for Commerce Youth League, and all of you comrades, of course, our regional coordinators, and all members of the regional executive, and today here to recognize all our, are we listening to this? Because I want to know if you agree with me. I want to recognize all our incoming regional councillors and the incoming SWAPO municipal councillors as they were introduced here to us. Are they incoming? Are we sure of that? Are we going to vote? Are we going to vote correctly? Are we serious? Are you there campaigning? I shouldn't be afraid. So motuli, monvitumui, tahomate, tajalekana. So motuli, monvitumu, tahomate, tajalekana. Nando shishenje, monvito motuli. Talakwashi kende tomwena. SWAPO! SWAPO! Now when we are talking about Monfit, we are talking within the community. You are telling me you are there, well equipped, with all the information, and I shouldn't worry. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Comrades, I have to thank the SWAPO Youth League. But before I go to that, we are in which constituency, Comrade? What is this constituency? Tobias Ahanyeko. As I'm standing here, comrades, your president whom you elected last year, I was first nominated in Tobias Ahanyeko in 2017. Tobias Ahanyeko, that hall. We went there with President Hage. May his soul rest in eternal peace. The citizens of Ahanyeko said to him, you must remember the SWAPO history. When founding president was leaving, he gave us Tate Pohamba. When Tate Pohamba is leaving, he gave us yourself, Dr. Genkop. And we are saying to you, you must be replaced by Netumbo sitting next to you. That's not a story. It's a serious. They did it. And that's why I say I'm in the constituency where I was first nominated. And I was nominated by the women. Women always pave the way, but the youth run for it. And that's how things should be. When the AU was formed, first, it was the Pan-African Women's Organization, PAO, was formed before the Organization of African Unity. And those young leaders of the time, they came and ran for Pan-Africanism. And that's why now, when the women nominated, the youth, they took it very serious. Since 2022, I must really say, I was just held by the youth. 2023, When we were going to report to the Congress, the youth were there. And they organized, they were participating in our engagement. 2024, during the election, then they developed a program which is called Youth in Conversation with Netumbo. But before I go to that, the engagement that they were heading is what led us to have the election manifesto we are having today. If you just take the records, because we were having people who were taking notes, and we went and looked at all the 14 reports, and we said, this is what the people of Namibia wants. Therefore, we must put that in our manifesto. And it's your manifesto, young people. It is not surprise that of the 8 priority areas, agriculture number 1, sports number 2, youth empowerment 3, quality education and training 4, creative industry 5, quality health 6, land and housing and sanitation number 7. And this, if you take them, 4 of them, they are talking directly to the plight of the youth. Sports, who are the people who are in the sports? Youth empowerment, that is even direct. Quality education and training is direct. Creative industry is direct. Our theme for this 8th administration, which guided us last year, will be the theme to guide us until the next election. And what is that theme? Unity in diversity. We recognize our tribes. We recognize our culture. And we are saying this culture, this tribe must be our strength. In our diverse, we must be united. That is very fundamental. Why should we be united? To ensure natural resources beneficiation. And that's why I say we are too few to be poor. Those natural resources must benefit us. Why should they benefit us? For youth empowerment. And once you empower our youth, you talk about sustainable development, prosperity for everybody. So we have been very consistent, and we will remain consistent, that the youth are at the center of our development. 71% of the population are young people. That statistics are telling us. At the same time, 44.4% of the youth are unemployed. But this is not impossible. And that's why we have this election manifesto translated into NDP 6 to make sure that we have taken our people out of poverty through job creation. Then now we are here. Again, the youth are bringing us here. And this time, they are doing so under a different theme, which is more aligned to our implementation. And here, the youth, they are calling us to account. They are calling us to account for what we have done. But at the same time, to tell us where are they going to be in the implementation of our election manifesto and the NDP 6. So that's why the theme for this youth in conversation with the president, I really like it. Youth in motion. You must be in motion. We were in motion. I'm still in motion because it's you who made it. You gave me a honorable membership of the SWAPO Youth League. So I must really, because you want me to be youth forever, and God is there to help me to do that. Now you are saying youth in motion. You must really be in motion. Building our future. The future has to be built by the youth. This independence, we didn't know about it, but it's brought by the youth. So the future is always built by the youth. Shaping our democracy. Democracy, we have set for it at independence. And we must strengthen our democracy. And democracy to be strengthened, we must engage one another. We must listen to one another. We must share information. We must try to understand one another. Once you have a misunderstanding, your democracy is in danger. And in that engagement, I want everybody to have a positive attitude. It does not help to come and you have negative attitude, you never ever get anything. As the secretary was talking here, ask questions. For me, there is no hard question. For me, there is no bad question. It's an individual who can make it bad. Depends what is in your mind when you are asking that question. But if in your mind you are positive and you are honestly, sincerely asking the question because you want to know, you want to see what role you can play in the development of our country, that are the questions we need. So please don't be constrained. And then they say advancing Namibia vision through NDP 6. Our vision through NDP 6 is to realize the goals of Vision 2030, which our founding president has developed 8 months ago. Because now we have only 4 years and a few months to 2030. That's our vision. And the Vision 2030 is very clear in all aspects of life. Our founding president has been telling us we must produce doctors, we must produce scientists, and so on. Now I ask the National Planning Commission, the Office of the Prime Minister, they have it to account so that by the time we get to 2030, we should tell the nation how many scientists we have produced, how many doctors we have produced, how many engineers we have produced, because that's what Vision 2030 is talking about, and many, many other things. And that's why in developing NDP 6, I made it a point and I say, comrades, you cannot develop NDP 6 without referring how far have we gone in the implementation of Vision 2030. Because this 8th administration is the one that is going to account for what happened in the 2030. And that's why, fellow Namibians, I'm really appealing that we must take it to be our developmental agenda. Otherwise, the future will condemn us. So our young people, they are doing a commendable job, and we in the 8th administration have to respond accordingly. Yes, 8 months ago we have started, and we have, during the campaign, I've been telling Namibians, for us in SWAPO, we are not going to plan. We have already planned. We are not going to gain experience. We have already gained experience. A person like me, I have been there since day one in the administration of SWAPO. And I was so lucky to be given different portfolio. And that made me to know what is happening in this country. And that's why no one can tell me any village in this country that I have not visited. I must be nearer. From as a Minister of Women Affairs, I went to each constituency and I spent 5 days in every constituency, going village to village. As a Minister of Environment, I went to all the national parks, all the conservancies, and engaged the community. And you have seen how conservancies were performing. They were performing very well, and they should continue to perform. When we decide on giving the grant to all the children, it's because of that visit I made to the regions, spending 5 days in every constituency, going village to village. And I produced a video which I showed and say this is the situation. We cannot, we must incorporate all the children who need to be helped. And that is happening. Now, we are here to account, but I can tell you, I hope you have also listened to my 3 months in the office. Some people are saying what she's going to talk about. She's just going to talk about all the project. After that statement, there was no comment. Because things were there, real, happen. They were there. This is not the time for me to repeat them. You can always retrieve that statement. And if I have to add what happened after that, you could still see everything tangible. However, I'm telling you, we have not reached where we want to reach. And we are saying the government and the private sector has to work together. So that's why I took 2 days off and be with the private sector in a conference called Public-Private Sector Forum. It's a forum that was established back in 2023, but it was not officially launched. So we had it 3 weeks ago. And I'm telling you, we have agreed with the private sector in so many things. We in the government, we have to play our part. One thing that came out, the private sector saying there are too many red types for investors. We are committing to take them. We are even going to have the private sector to have what we call one-stop shop. The Prime Minister is on top of it, that we are going to have one office where you find immigration, where you find customs, where you find the local environment for environmental clearance, where you find finance, where you are going to find agriculture, and we can even engage our municipality to have your offices there, so that the investors, they can just pay their everything there. That's what is happening all over the world. So it's happening, I have seen it. Just next door in Angola, I visited their one-stop center, 3 building floor. And business people, they just come there to register and do everything. Pay their municipal bills and everything. This is what we must have, our municipality. You are coming, all of you who are standing here. So just make sure, cooperate with us. Then, finally, I say we deliver. I'm just going to talk about 3 things that really talking to the youth. Is the Youth Development Fund. When you were putting it in the manifesto, already there was some criticism already. It's not going to work, it's going to be chopped, it's going what, the story. I say not here. So we have started now to test it. 42 youth entities were given, 3 from every region. And this is how it's going to be. It's going to be truly decentralized. If we are giving 10 per time, it will be 10 from each region. And then, because in total, we budgeted 257 million. And for the 42, we spent 42 million. And we expected them to create more than 300 jobs. When you get this money, you are not left on your own. You are being monitored, you are being mentored to make full success. And moving forward, we are going to identify mentors in every region so that they can mentor these people. Prime Minister is on that, so that they can be mentored and for them to be successful. The other one, and you can also remember, when I was campaigning, I said I don't want 50 years from last year, in an independent Namibia, you are still talking about skilled labor. Every Namibian child must have access to education. Even the one who's going to be a cleaner, you must be professional on that, so that you can be appreciated based on your profession. Nowhere in the world the professions are not profession. They appreciated. One time I was in the Netherlands, and I was in a taxi. So we start talking with the taxi driver, and then I say, what have you done at school? He said, no, I'm a professor of political science at the university. What? Yes, but I decided to become a taxi driver because I like to hear the histories of other countries. And that's what you get when you are a taxi driver, because you drive many people from all over the world. So it's professional, a taxi driver. And for him now, we even started discussing the politics of the country. He knows all the politicians in the Netherlands. He talks about all the political parties, what is happening there. He's talking about the country's economy. So we should really make sure that we are a knowledge-based. It's even in Vision 2030. Vision 2030 is talking about a knowledge-based society. I hope you read Vision 2030. I took time myself to read that document because it's the one which has been guiding me since it was established. In every ministry I go, I look at what is Vision 2030 saying about gender, what is saying about information. That's why I was also, my password was information is power, because I got it there. When I went to environment, what is it saying, and so on. So that's why we are saying, please, parents, children are now doing their exam, Minister? They are done. Some are done, some are still writing. Parents, it doesn't matter, there is only 2-3 days. I'm appealing to you. Give them space to study. Give them space to study, because it's no longer your worry. Let them pass. Those who go to university and vocational training, is no longer your worry. It's now the program of the government to make sure that their registration fees, their tuition fees are paid. So it's not your headache. And I want to tell you, even if we have 100% pass, they should all go to university. Education is here, finance is here. If the rooms, if the buildings are not there, I'm seeing beautiful tents in this country, including this one. I will go to the private sectors, make tents available, so that these children as we are starting, we can teach them from the tents while we are planning for classrooms. Universities, vocational training. I'm sure you agree with me. Should we get to that situation, you should not say, why do we have to be taught in the tents? No, we should just accept so that we can do it. Health is another sector. I know up to now we are talking about, which is true in some instances, of medicines which are not in hospitals, public facilities. But I have seen the consignment arriving of the medicines that we are now purchasing direct from the suppliers. And in so doing, comrades, we have saved 221 million Namibian dollars. So, and we are going to continue. Infrastructure, you have seen how many roads are being opened left and right. The water, you see where water is coming. And as our municipality here, the manifesto is talking about housing for us to deal with informal settlements. And to start with, we decided to start with 5 towns. Are there 5? Caitmans, Walfish Bay, Windhoek, Oshakati, and the Rundu. Because these are faster growing towns. And we have already budgeted for each of these towns. Those who are cooperating, we are starting the program. You are already informed that for the city of Windhoek, we have allocated 750 million. But council, you are coming. The budget will come at the end of next April. Maybe when you take over from the 27, 28, you are not going on leave to make sure that you have really mashed not to take the money back come April, because otherwise the money will go. This is a government that delivers. Kambwa says we do what we say. We promise and the impact is felt. And this is what we want. So I shouldn't go further because we need really to answer to your questions. But what I'm telling you, comrades, for all this to happen, don't break the chain. You have given SWAPO party to lead the central government. Under Netumbo, the parliament and the cabinet that I have set up, which is a very committed cabinet. I trust my team, and I want you to trust them. And we are going to work and to deliver. But if you break the chain by not giving us SWAPO regional councillors and SWAPO municipal councillors, we are going to work with difficulties. I went in one of the meet and greets, and I was asked the question, if the councillors don't work, what do you do? I said, I have 5 instruments to use. I'm not going to want to do it. It's those 5 instruments. Particularly if you give me SWAPO councillors, which you are going to give me, I have 5 instruments. 1, SWAPO constitution, because that's where I'm coming from. You cannot become yourself. Once you are elected under SWAPO, you remain a SWAPO, and you must really comply with what SWAPO is saying. By SWAPO members, through their leaders, based on the constitution. Sometimes people go there, they say, no, I'm elected. We are all here campaigning. And once you are elected, you are elected. I will never tell the SWAPO members I'm elected, because this is not my victory. It's the SWAPO member victory. And they should tell me what I should use with their victory. So that's why the SWAPO constitution. SWAPO political program. Then SWAPO rules of procedure. Then the national constitution. Then the fifth document, the laws of the Republic of Namibia. I will not do anything outside of these instruments, but I want everybody to understand it. So, comrades, we have the party that give us an assignment. There are leaders who are given to assess everything. And when they sit and say, this is how we can save the nation, we must do that. Don't become an individual when today you are a SWAPO member, all of us not sleeping, campaigning left and right, and all of a sudden you are on you. Those are not party members, eh? If they behave like that, it could be a big mistake. So that is how it is, comrades. So therefore, fellow Namibian SWAP members, supporters and sympathizers, and all Namibians, I'm ready, I'm committed to deliver on our promises, but be on my side by giving me the right people. On the 26th November, when you vote for SWAPO regional council candidate and municipal candidate throughout the country. Throughout the country. And there you can count me accountable. But I will not let you down. I'll be able to explain each and everything. SWAPO! SWAPO! Now tell me, what role are you going to play in agriculture? What do you want to do in sports? What do you want to do in education? What do you want to do in creative industry as a young person of Namibia? And then come to me. That will be my business, the cabinet, and the government. Thank you very much. Oh, the final thing, to allow you to vote, I have declared a public holiday on the 26th November. It's already gazetted because we want to strengthen our democratic institutions. History tells us that we never had a public holiday for regional and local authority, and our turnout has always below 40. I will see now what's going to happen. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. This is now the accountability session, eh? And it's not only the president. You have the president and the cabinet. I have the cabinet here. Cabinet members, prime minister lead. And these are going to be the panelists. They are going to be the panelists. And don't say one minister is not here. All ministers are here, asking all the questions related to the government. If the ministers are not able to answer, because it's not their portfolio, the chief administrator, the prime minister, has to answer. If the chief administrator is not able to answer, the chair of the cabinet, the only one you elected last year, has to answer. So there should be no question that's not answered. Can you come and introduce yourself?
Viva Comrade President Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, the Commander-in-Chief. I am Elia Ngurare, Prime Minister, under my boss here.
Chief Administrator.
And by the way, do you know, she was a leader of the SWAPO Youth League. So all of us are leaders of the SWAPO Youth League.
Yes.
So give the SWAPO Youth League, including this ones, a round of applause.
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh, some of us are not gifted with the height.
No. We are saying they were lazy when they were breastfeeding.
Viva, Comrade President, viva! Viva the Right Honorable Prime Minister, viva! Viva the SWAPO structures, viva! Viva all of us, because the candidates of regional, locals and local authorities are going to win. Viva! I am Erika Shafuda. Oh yes, Bembe Kamariwa, yes, that one. Yes, I'm the Minister of Finance. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
We Commerce Region, we Commerce Region, we Tobias Anyeko, we the Youth League, I'm biased because I'm coming from the Ministry of Youth. Yes. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Dear comrades, Emma Sidona Kantema, the Minister responsible for gender equality and child welfare. Viva SWAPO, viva!
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Good afternoon to everyone. All SWAPO members, viva SWAPO, viva! Viva! Viva SWAPO, viva! Viva! I must first tell you something about myself. The first time I was called a comrade, it was by Tate Usko Namwa, Governor of Angwena. Now I can say, viva SWAPO, viva! Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear youth. My name is Sanet Steenkamp, and I'm the Minister for Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, the whole constituency. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, so you know, Dr. Steenkamp, for some years, she was the Director of Education in Ohangwena region. I think that is where now Comrade Ngamwa has to say comrades. Yes, so that is the team for her portfolio. There are two portfolios people were very uncomfortable. In fact, three. They reacted. Is this one of education? They say it's too big. Yes, it's too big. But who are the... No, it's education, innovation, sports, youth, and culture. Now, who are the people going to school? It's the youth. Where are you going to have your sports? Sports must start in schools. Where are you going to talk about art and culture, creative industry? It must be in schools. Now, they are appreciating this combination. It's big, but to make it easy, we decided to give her 2 accounting officers. One responsible for education, one responsible education in art and culture, and one for sports and youth. But there is no more push and pull. The other one was justice and labor. The workers, they really came, they were like protesting. But I like them because they come back, they see it's right. When the Minister of Labor is the one for justice, then you are talking because understand the dynamics. The other one was agriculture, fishery, and so on. It's true, it's all talking about food. And it's all the water. Again, 2 AD, one for agriculture, which is now on land, the other one, water and fishery. Now they are comfortable. Young people, please, we are taking care of you. The governor is still a young person, still a member of the Youth League. And many of them, still members of the Youth League. So member of parliament here, still a member of the youth. In fact, you are dominating the cabinet, I'm telling you. No, it's true, you are dominating us there. Just look at it. Thank you very much. We are waiting and we are ready to engage with you. So we can go to our seats. Thank you very much.
So
much. Thank you very much. I told you it was it was not business as usual. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, for setting the tone for us. We are now moving into another session of the dialogue, as well as the Q&As, and that will be moderated by Comrade Feni Tuchavi. Please welcome Comrade Feni Tuchavi to the podium. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director of Proceedings. Viva, Comrade President, viva! Viva, viva our President, viva! Leaders, Comrade President, leaders! Forward, Comrade President, forward! Long live the legacy of Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, long live! Thank you very much. I am reminded of the SWAPO party that has built schools from 1,300 to now over 2,000. I am reminded of the SWAPO party that has built roads from 4,700 kilometers to now 8,300 kilometers. I am reminded of the SWAPO party that has ensured access to potable water from 43% to now 97%. I am reminded of the SWAPO party that has built hospitals and clinics from 270 to now 530. Fellow comrades, my name is Feni Tuchavi, and I will be your moderator for today. Before we begin, I am always told that I have Idi Amin tactics or Mobutu Sese Seko, but I think today we'll set the tone very clearly because I'm not a dictator, but I just take some traits from them. So we are going to set some house rules. It's very important for our discourse for today. So the message is to say that each and every one of you that are going to ask questions, you are limited to 2 questions only, and that is exactly for 1 minute each speaker. But now, comrades, you need to ensure that while you ask your questions, there is no need that we have been greeted, we have also been saluted. There's even no need to interpret and provide history. You need to be as precise as possible because we are running behind time and we need to hear from Her Excellency and the respective members of the cabinet. With that said, I will then establish the decorum as such to say that once I have called upon Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers, I will then open the floor for each and every one of you to ask your questions, and I would like to have the first 10 people at that point in time, once I open the floor, to line up at this particular corridor. Are we clear? Okay. Now this is a rare moment for me. Allow me at this juncture to call upon Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, the President of the SWAPO Party and the President of the Republic of Namibia. Yes, clap hands. I call upon the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Elia Chitunga Ngurare. Clap hands. I call upon the Honorable Minister of Finance, Chimariwa the Money, Comrade Erika Shafuda. I call upon the Minister of Education, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, Dr. Sanet Stierkam. And lastly, allow me to call upon the vibrant Dr. Emma Kantema, the Minister of Gender and Child Welfare. Yes, please be seated. Yeah, thank you very much. At this point, I also implore protocol to perhaps assist at this time to say that we have the first 10 people who would like to ask their questions. Just please line up for me there. As brief as possible, we have the first person that will come up on the podium and they will ask their question very briefly. Please come, comrade.
Viva Swapo Party, viva! Viva Swapo Party, viva! Okay, my name is Claudia Petrus. It is my honor to extend a warm and respectful greeting to the President, Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament, Mayors, Councillors, distinguished community leaders, and all esteemed guests present here today. I also acknowledge and welcome every member of our community who has joined us here, as your presence is deeply valued. Your Excellency, Madam President, with the utmost respect, I would like to request your consideration on the following matter. In order to strengthen transparency, fairness, and integrity in all recruitment processes within government ministries, will it be possible for your office to introduce a standardized interview method based on strictly on a clear yes or no evaluation system, where a yes signifies that the candidate qualifies for the job and a no signifies that the candidate does not qualify for the job, thereby reducing opportunities for corruption, bribery, and undue influence. Your guidance on whether such system could be explored or implemented to promote merit-based appointments would be sincerely appreciated. I thank you.
Thank you very much, comrade. We have an announcement. The car of 207632, would you please move your car? 207632. And once again, comrades, I had alluded earlier during the start of these proceedings to say that we need to ensure that we are as brief as possible. We have been saluted, greetings have been conveyed. We need to ensure that we are as direct as possible. Let us leave out the speeches and ensure that we get straight to the questions. Viva Swapo, viva! Viva, viva Swapo, viva! Viva! The next person.
Good afternoon to the President and all candidates present today. I'm a student of tourism and hospitality at NASCO, and we have two questions for you. First, we want to know if there is a group of youth where they come together to help the country. And if there is, I want to know, is there any way as students we can go ahead and come help out just to volunteer without payment? And our second question is, when we are done studying, we are asked to go for internship. Yet, when we go to companies, private sectors, or either public sectors, they ask us for either 5 years experience or 2 years experience. Can we get something that can help us to get internship? Because the importance of internship is for experience, and we don't have experience. Can we please get a better option?
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Member Netumbo, Namibia is currently investing in major sectors such as green hydrogen, oil and gas, and modernized agriculture. Ordinary citizens would like to understand how these developments will directly benefit people at community level. Could you please explain what concrete opportunities such as jobs, skill development, local business participation, community infrastructure, or reduced living costs these sectors will create for everyday Namibians, especially the youth and people in low-income communities?
Good afternoon, everyone. Her Excellency, how will you address the challenge of undocumented citizens and ensure they have access to necessary service?
And my other question is, what specific internships will you implement to create jobs for young people in Namibia, and how do you plan to address the skills gap and prepare you for the job market? Thank you.
Good afternoon. I have actually two questions. One is for education. As we say, it's free education. We have certain issues that I discover, especially at rural areas, whereby parents with, I don't know if it's a force or what, some of us, we have children, we are students at the same time, but sometimes we are failing to pay even just to pay the list for the thing that they ask. And it's obvious they will send the child home, or they will not give the report card. What the Ministry of Education will interfere in this issue. And then the other issue, it's also in education. We have also some schools, I have discovered maybe 3 schools at rural areas, whereby parents were considered to buy chairs for those children that could come with your chairs. And it always brings trouble in class, especially when you are teaching, because people will say, this is my chair, this is, and then sometimes you shift a child to arrange the child for proper, maybe they make noise, and then the moment you say go to that chair, it's obvious the child will say, my mother bought this chair. How will you interfere in that issue? And then the other one is going to gender. Since this maybe it ended of writing children that are vulnerable, when it will start again, I don't know when it ended, but it seems like it's maybe 4 to 5 years without those children being written. And then we have been going to gender for many times, then they will say, the process is end, when it will start again. That was my concern. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My question is it possible for the Ministry of Trade and Industry to have a directorate that...
Thank you very much, Her Excellency, for that guidance. I think in essence what Her Excellency is trying to convey is to say that when the person on the podium is trying to ask their questions, kindly ensure that you are not clapping whilst they are doing it. We understand you are proud of the question they are asking, but you can always do it after. Therefore, you should ensure that you are not clapping whilst they are asking the questions, to ensure that the panelists are able to hear clearly what the person is trying to say.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again. My question is it possible that a directorate be created in the Ministry of Trade and Industry entirely responsible for sourcing and identifying machineries for industrial purpose? Because now as business people, sometimes it's so hard to source machinery. For example, you want to go into industry, but it's so difficult because the tax that are imposed on these machineries, that's too high. And then that's making it so hard for us to get into the market into industrial market. Really, we want to get away with trading. We want to go into industry. We want to produce, but can maybe a person be assigned just to promote? For example, they can just bring up on their website and say there's this machinery coming November. If you're interested, please contact the office. And then if I'm interested, I'll make other arrangements like financial arrangements or loans to go and procure this from government. So that will help us business people so that we may get away from trading. We want to produce stuff in Namibia. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Rotka Wombo. I just want to ask, I have just two questions. Actually on education, free education. The reason I'm asking this question is free education just only government institution would be free, or private education, because so some of us have got children at private institutions. Those private institutions, they are asking a lot of money there. Will be there free free education also to private institutions? That is my first question. Also, my second question is this natural resource beneficiation. I'm asking about people are crying about this one, like there was a big basic income grant, and they from basic income grant and they came the food bank. Only those things now is a 600. Only in towns. Why only in towns? Is that fair? People from rural area. People from rural area, they are not benefiting from that natural resources. My question is, will that 600 be decentralized or only permanent? Only permanent in towns only? That is my question.
Just hold on this. There will be a lot of announcements as we proceed. However, the people in the other tent, please just settle down. Protocol will assist with the distribution of water and let us maintain the silence. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm asking this question on behalf of the Tobias Hanyeko constituency youth. Your Excellency, in light of the current challenges affecting our communities, we respectfully seek clarity regarding the government's plans to address the general state of living conditions across the country. Many locations remain overcrowded with inadequate infrastructure and limited evidence of clear coordinated development plans. We therefore kindly request Your Excellency to elaborate on the measures being undertaken to upgrade informal settlements, improve access to adequate housing, and enhance overall service delivery for affected communities. Specifically, what strategic intervention timelines in the government pursuing to ensure sustainable development and improved standards for our people? Another question is, this one is for Honorable Kantema, Minister of Child Welfare and Gender Equality. So it is obvious that our country is facing a high rate of gender-based violence. We've also decided to tag in with South Africa's Purple Movement, which stands up for women that have been abused. What is your ministry doing to make our country a safer place? I thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Namibia, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, as well as the Honorable Ministers, good afternoon. So I'm here today honestly representing the healthcare sector. I wish my boss was here, but she isn't. But Honorable Her Excellency, the President said that we shouldn't consider whether a minister is here or not. My name is Comrade Miriam Matthews, and first of all, before I start, like I said, I'm representing the healthcare sector. I would like to give congratulations to the healthcare sector on the milestones that we have achieved so far. And I say this because as a nation and a system, we tend to criticize, but we also need to learn to give our flowers where they are due. I was honored to moderate a dialogue by the SWAPO Party Youth League Department of Health, where the Honorable Minister of Health was present. And from that dialogue, I was elated when she mentioned that Parliament, as well as the Ministry of Health, were working something out with regards to medical interns incentives. And I just wanted to find out how far are we with this, because medical interns are the heart of healthcare system. From working in the corridors of Oshakati Hospital, Onanjokwe Hospital, Central Hospital, as well as Katutura Hospital, this statement is proven true. My other question is that Her Excellency the President gave a presidential directive that starting from next year, all government officials are directed to be using public health facilities. My question is, how far are we with the, not to say assessment, but how far are we with the readiness in terms of implementation of this? And I ask because I will also want us to consider systematic things, such as, for example, if the Right Honorable Ngurare was to come to Katutura Hospital and you have matters of national security to deal with, and we deal with long lines at Katutura Hospital, how are we going to cater to you? Thank you.
Hello. Afternoon, my name is Comrade Erastus Nakamwe. I'm a section leader of Amtenyantadi right here in Tobias Hanyeko, and I'm very pleased that the president is here with us, and I'm going to acknowledge our governor for being here, Dr. Safishuna. Yeah, okay. So for me, I'm in the creative industry, and I'm not really here much to complain. I'm just here to applaud you guys, and then just ask more, like to say, us as creatives, the only thing that we lack right now is infrastructure. And then we lack also the technology to compete with the outside market. Because at the end of the day, for us to deliver a good song, we need a good studio equipment. And for us to deliver like good music videos, we need good video equipments. We do not have those in the country currently, but they are available in the market, but that's just the sources and the funding. What are we going to do about that? And I am standing here also as a graduate in radio presenting, and I'm just saying, like, how do we get the opportunities to get to the government infrastructures that are already put there without having to need any favor? And then also being in the creative industry also gives you a chance to be around also a lot of other issues. It's not just about music. Music is more, we cater to the people's feelings. And for me, I feel like, yes, with the women empowerment, I love it. And we appreciate Menetumbo, you have done everything for us. But what about the boy child? Because the boy child is the enabler. And we are not dealing with the boy child. And the boy child is let run loose wild. Most of us are locked up to go to prison just because we look a certain way. We have centers like Etugameno, but that's the only center in Namibia that deals with alcohol and drug abuse. What are we going to do to build more infrastructures like that, at least one in a region? I'm applauding, I'm thankful that the center is in our community, but can we, what are we going to do to get more centers that deal with alcohol and drugs abuse? Because even though we are creative, the only escape route we have when we don't do anything is through alcohol and drugs abuse. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Arma Sangala. Thank you very much, Madam President, for this opportunity. So, I'm a final year student at NAS doing engineering. So my question is in the area of on the Youth Development Fund. So we registered a business, me and my friends, but then we didn't meet some of the requirements. But however, we applied. Now that, but also our business plan, because of the time, was not well crafted. Now that we have a well-established business plan, we have a whole idea of what we want to do. Do we still have that opportunity to go to the regional council office to submit our business plan for that opportunity? Thank you very much.
Tangi ame fere basupanga wa andipopi ne mela kali ndadalelwa mole shashamo ndi mpanyama ya ndani pandula me kuweshwe yapo we yakututalelapo kakwali tushishi nokulingengo to yakwali atuchapa moyo atufunjwa ndo twe kupandula ova mwina twena kwa pamwe nave opolotetene nanga ya epulo lango leli kucha aikupandula eshumu ya pamwe no shendo shoye vafimane kwa toho ondaba pandula nde pulo lango leli taliti eshinese unene onjole kupopsa mola jiwa aikomongo kucha avane tapitane na le shashi mapulo amo papopo anale ka popi vakweto valandulako ya ponele yo yusa nopo avane tapita medula do yusa mo shaje pangelo beifenga ngeta lipitifa edula dava twakonda po milongo netoka kwi kamuna valio metu sena vane sa sipefe ngao se twakalela po mumbo tate kulu no meme siva jagomba daedu sena vane efi watwa pitane pedra 2014 otantuningi ngali pyokuka kui shasi natwala vali ongala teitene kwako shikefa shonmasa dile ni mangon mina ya medu shotantuningi ngaipi shasi mome yao okukuta onwa amonilonga mepangelo katuna mwali omea. Thank you nene.
I hope the afternoon is okay. Before I will introduce myself after I've asked my 2 questions. My first question is, Madam President.
Sorry, comrade. Comrades, there's a little bit of commotion. Can we please listen to the comrade on the floor? Otherwise, we'll have to stop the distribution of whatever it is that is going on. Thank you.
Madam President, Namibia possesses immense artistic talent in fields like visual arts, music, and fashion design. Yet our creative industries consistently lack significant international recognition. Furthermore, the current funding structure often demands formal academic papers such as grade 10 to 12 certificates and diplomas in fashion design over demonstrable skills, leaving highly talented but under-certified young Namibians full of debts and unable to enter the market. What concrete policy mechanisms would your administration introduce to, 1, directly promote and brand Namibian creative talent internationally to gain the recognition they deserve, and 2nd, reform industry funding requirements to prioritize measurable talent, portfolio strength, and entrepreneurial potential over academic certificates, ensuring that our creative sector produces economically viable careers and exports, rather than contributing to graduate unemployment and related social issues. My second question is on free education. Given the past implementation of free basic education led to increased expenses for parents, particularly for essential items like stationery and uniforms, how will your administration ensure that the proposed free tertiary education addresses the critical non-tuition costs such as accommodation, transport, and food, to genuinely reduce the financial burden on students and parents, rather than simply shifting the expenses previously covered by loans like NASFAF? Those were my 2 questions. Madam President, I'm a UNAM student at main campus studying biochemistry. I'm Rebecca Shetekela. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, comrades, to those of you who have asked your questions. We have now concluded the first round of the questions, and I will now hand over to the line ministers to answer the questions in no particular order. However, at the same time, just remind you that Her Excellency, our Commander-in-Chief, did make mention that if the line ministers are not able to answer, the Chief Administrator is here and he is also going to ensure that your questions are answered. So I'll hand over to the First Minister to answer the questions. Please clap hands to the comrades that asked the questions.
Thank you very much. I wish to start off with the questions that is leading up to the issue of report cards and stationaries. We want to make it very clear there are 2 issues that stand out pertinently in the questions. It is the access to education, and the children are being refused access and not getting their report cards when they have access finally to schools because of certain contributions the schools are asking for. I wish to state that every regional directorate already received their funding for stationaries. Now I want to pause there to say that government makes provision for reasonable stationaries and items, the most basic. So the parents will still be responsible for the uniform of the child, the backpack of the child, as well as any other colorful things. We give the most basic stationaries. So any supplement the parent wishes to give, that can be done. So regional directors have two ways of procuring the stationaries. Either give the money to the schools to procure or procure nationally. And we've seen that once we give the funding to the schools actually procure the stationaries. So I hope that come January, we will not sit with similar problems of children not having access to schools because of stationery needs or being sent away because of stationery needs. So that's the first one. The second one was the issue of chairs. Yes, the procurement of chairs at head office, we've come up with 10 service providers that are pre-approved for chairs and desks, and we've also sent this list to the regions. While we do not want regional suppliers to lag behind or not have access to procurement, these processes took time. And we have seen that lately there has been pictures circulating about schools where children have to write without chairs examination. A very, very unfortunate situation. But that was also caused by the non-delivery of our local suppliers. Therefore, there's a call that our local suppliers, once they receive the award in a procurement for a specific item, we have to make sure that we deliver on time. But I wish to really extend my appreciation to all the parents who meet us halfway with the additional stationery and by providing also the chairs temporary while we procure the chairs. I was yesterday in Ohangwena, and I said it's one of the best regions where parents take ownership, constructing classrooms, and then the next year, while government provide the teachers, and the next year, government then start with the construction of permanent classrooms. So I wish to really thank our parents for doing that. Another issue that came to light is, I want to say, when we talk about tertiary education, please, Her Excellency used the term subsidized tertiary education. And the Excellency reiterated again that we talk about the subsidized tertiary education specifically for all registration fees for those who qualify to go to universities, to go to College of the Arts. Those who will go to NAMCOL will have to make provision for tertiary education, as well as all the TVET centers, all vocational training centers. So that's registration as well as the tuition fees. Now, our task force that we have appointed had more than 17 consultations nationwide from different organizations, tertiary institutions, and international organizations for us to benchmark what is the best. That report has been handed over to Her Excellency, who studied it and said, go and do this and that and come back to me. So very soon, Your Excellency, we will come back through you, of course, to the nation. You will pronounce to the nation, and we will do the flyers and a marketing drive as the ministry, making sure that all the correct information reaches everyone. For government and possibilities that are listed, different scenarios, all that Her Excellency will pronounce herself. The time is not long for that to happen. Please bear with us and give us a chance. So we don't talk on higher education, we don't talk about free education. It's subsidized tertiary education, and it's a phased-in approach. And we start off by saying Her Excellency guarantees your registration and your tuition fees to be paid to the universities and the vocational training centers. On creative industries, what we need to understand is that all processes takes time. But we have the College of the Arts, and I wish to give you the assurance that with College of the Arts, we now have our certificates and diplomas on an NQF level accredited, NQA level accredited. That's the first one. All these cameramen that you see, most of them come from College of the Arts. And the College of the Arts will now be transitioned into a TVET college. That is the transformation that we talk about. So we are looking at existing infrastructure, how to ensure that we get the equipment to the studios or construct studios at existing infrastructure, also rolling it out to the regions before we construct brand new infrastructure or creative industry hubs. I think in terms of the creative industries, that is what we want to say. That there are those who are full of debts. The creative industry is part of the tertiary subsidized education. So if you are at College of the Art enrolled for fashion design, for radio production, for television production, for whatever course, that and music, that will be subsidized. Your registration and the tuition fees at College of the Arts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. A very good afternoon. I will, with your permission, Your Excellency, respond to the questions that were posed with regard to the mandate of gender equality and child welfare. I want to start with the question that was asked on the social grant in terms of the orphan and vulnerable children. Now, comrades, you listen when Her Excellency was narrating the journey that she went through, especially during her tenure as a minister responsible for women, where Her Excellency has eloquently talked about from village to village, therefore culminating in the orphan and vulnerable children and other child maintenance grant. Now, as a ministry that's responsible for gender equality and child welfare, we were then entrusted to administer several grants, which included the OVC. Now, the OVC was a grant that was given in order for government to respond to those who are in need and also to ensure that the children who found themselves in vulnerable positions are given an amount of 350, which was paid for orphans and vulnerable children who were found to be in need. Therefore, as a ministry, we experienced backlog. And what I want to indicate here, Your Excellency, is that the system was inundated with beneficiaries who were not supposed to benefit. And the ministry embarked on a process to clean the whole system and to ensure that only those ones who are entitled are then given this benefit. And as a result, it then resulted into the backlog. We do agree that there was a backlog. The only issue that was placed also then was this, to allow for this process to ensure that we do have only those ones who are needy. And but we have then subsequently started to clear the backlog, and I'm informed that the payments were made. So there was no stoppage to this grant that was given. I'm sure that my colleague here, the comrade who is now administering the payments for social grant, will also agree to it. Secondly, Your Excellency, I want to react to the basic income grant that was also alluded to. That is an amount of 600. You may all recall that conditional basic income grant, historically, this was then called the
food bank. That's a former food bank beneficiaries due to the HPP 2. The grant is then paid to a given household that has been assessed as poor with an income of less than 1,600. In 2024, the ministry then rolled out and approximately 89,000 supposedly poor households were registered. Now, during this assessment, of about 40,000 of these applications, only 22,000 were found to be meeting the criteria. Most of the applications were filled with false information, false declaration that were verified and validated against the municipal records, against the National Population Register, as well as the Social Security Commission, because you have to meet, it's a conditional, so you have to meet the conditions. You must not be employed. You must, again, have the citizenship in line with the National Population Register. Currently, the remaining 50,000 were then processed, which was planned to be executed during this current financial year. Your Excellency, this conditional basic income grant was meant for the peri-urban, those of the ones who are in the peri-urban, because we needed to reduce the vulnerabilities, because the comrade asked, when are we expanding it to the rural areas? While answering this question, I have to hasten to mention that the Office of the Prime Minister and the Right Honorable Prime Minister has alluded to this many a times, that we are establishing community gardens. The traditional authorities were tasked to identify land. Why? Because we want to improve food security. We do not want to create a dependency, reliable, but with the accessible of water and with the assistance, we are able then to ensure that communities partake in these livelihood opportunities. Your Excellency, coming to the next question that was asked on the GBV issue, what we are doing as a ministry, I would like to respond that as a ministry, we have the gender-based violence cluster. That is a multi-stakeholder cluster that consists of the Ministry of Gender, consists of the Namibian Police, because you will be aware that this touches on safety issues. And with that cluster, we are then responding it in two ways. One is the awareness creation. We launched already in June a campaign that we call #GBV. This is for us to ensure that we provide an opportunity for the victims to be aware, and also as a deterrent for the perpetrators, and also just for us to have that change of mindset, because this requires a whole community up to the traditional leaders to be involved in us fighting the issues of GBV. The second part, Your Excellency, that we respond as a ministry is that we provide the shelters in terms of fiscal shelters. So the ministry across the country have around 8 shelters. This serves as a house of safety when a victim found themselves in a situation that is not conducive, that is not safe. Then as a ministry, we step in and we provide the shelter. Also, we provide the psychosocial support that is required. We have social workers. In fact, Your Excellency, this year, there is no social worker on the street as we speak. In fact, we are short of social workers. As a ministry, we employed, we even went to UNAM and said, give us the list. Because when you advertise, you do not get social workers. So for the young people who are also planning to study, please, these are some of the courses that we must do. I recall Excellency in Marienthal last week Sunday was talking of don't just only go and study education. Let's look at what is it that the market needs. And I'm happy that there was a question asked that spoke about skills mismatch. I recall during the budget that the Right Honorable Prime Minister tabled for the National Planning Commission. One of the projects within this year is to do a skills audit. We need to update our development human resource skills plan to look at what is it that the market needs and what should the tertiary education offer. We now have the subsidized tertiary education, but we need to train for the market, not for the streets. Your Excellency, I think those were the questions that were asked with pertaining the mandate, but I also want to touch on the question of the boy child. There was a mention on the boy child. And as a ministry, we have developed a male engagement toolkit with the 12 critical areas that we have in the National Gender Equality and Equity Policy. We have a cluster that now speaks to girl and boy child. Initially, it was only girl in education, but we do understand that we have really, really empowered the girl child, and we now also need to focus on the boy child. In fact, we are hearing and we are seeing that at least we need to do more so that we ensure the boy child is also in school. They do complete school, because at tertiary, the graduation, the ratio is very, very skewed. Therefore, we have more work to do. There was also a question pertaining to drug abuse and only one rehabilitation center of Etegameno. I'm aware of that, Etegameno. As a ministry, Your Excellency, we have a Grace block after school center that is in Grace block. This is the center where we look after the children who are living and working on the streets. We also often get young people who are struggling with issues of drug abuse. This is the center where we then provide psychosocial support. They go through various activities to ensure that the young people are reintegrated into their homes and families. We also have Farm Kakorus in Omaheke region. This is the farm that we are looking at upgrading it to become a rehabilitation center exactly for issues such as this that were mentioned. Lastly, from my side, there was the gentleman who spoke, Oshikwanyama, was saying I can clearly understand, and I think he mentioned that what happened to those who are above 35 years. Firstly, the National Youth Fund initially was only up to 35 years, but because we identified the need, therefore, I'm very happy that the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Finance Minister have agreed under the leadership of Your Excellency to up it to 45 years of age, really to provide them with the access of finance, to provide them with the much needed skills that they need to run their businesses. In addition, we as a ministry, we have a program called Income Generating Activity. This is also one initiative that is complementing to those who are now above the 35 years. I have to mention that we do not only focus on women economic empowerment, but this is an empowerment at community level. Your Excellency, in July, I handed over equipment aid to beneficiaries in Omsati. Of these 10 beneficiaries, 6 were men. So we do not only focus on women, but we are ensuring that the communities are empowered. Because when you are empowered, you are able to address issues of gender-based violence. Some of the causes that came out when we did the research is the issues of unequal, power dynamics, economic issues. So as a ministry, that's why for us, we also address issues pertaining to community empowerment. On that note, Your Excellency, with your permission, I think I've covered most of the issues related to the ministry. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I was just reminded that we do have, as part of the male engagement, we'll be hosting a conference that will take place 8 to 9, that is in Katima. But we started in Karas. The first gentleman just did a workshop. That is a male engagement conference that was in Keetmanshoop. So we are really trying also to ensure that this demand, or it also gets an attention from our multi-stakeholder stakeholders. We are working in close collaboration with the Office of the First Gentleman because of his focus on the boy child. Therefore, having the male engagement, I was getting the feedback. The First Gentleman says, "You've never seen a hall that packed." So it tells us there is a need. Because this is a platform where we also talk about issues pertaining to health, mental health issues, that is topical issues, and also empowerment. How do we turn men, boys into agents that fight GBV? Because we do not want them to stand and look, but we want to use them as change agent in these endeavors that we are implementing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would want to compliment my colleagues who have already spoken, and I do this through Your Excellency and the Right Honorable Prime Minister. I would want to contribute to the question that is related to come April 2026, where will we go if we get sick? That is us and the managers and everybody else in the public sector. Like you have heard Her Excellency saying, it is not business usual. You say, what is it again? The business is not usual. Huh? So we say it is now business unusual. So the command was heard. And already come February, you would see more dust, especially when it comes to Ondangwa District Hospital, the Havana District Hospital, and Nkure. Those ones, February is the month. We are not saying we are going to be done in February. We are saying you are going to see the dust for the constructions of these, especially these 3 hospitals, among other things. But that does not mean that I'm not going to go to Katutura or Central Hospital or any other public health facility that will be there. No, we will all go there. We are all going to face that queue. If there will be a queue, we will all going to face whatever is going to be there, because that is how we should live with all of us and experience what other Namibians are experiencing. This is what I have heard from Her Excellency, and I'm just conveying because that is what is going to happen. Your Excellency, I also want to touch quickly on the question related to what measures has government put in place to improve the living conditions. And there was a specific focus on the upgrading of informal settlements. And I think this question is very good, because we are also going to convey the message to others. And I'm speaking from the angle of allocating resources, and then resources remain unspent. In her speech, Her Excellency mentioned that an amount of 750 million was allocated to the city of Windhoek to upgrade what? Huh? Now the government has responded to the call of the people. But who did not deliver? Please answer, because we are also asking you. Who didn't deliver? Who should be held accountable for the failure to respond to the needs of the people? Aha. So now do the right thing. Yeah, so in other words, in the budget, we have made provision for the upgrading of informal settlement. When you read in the budget, the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, you will find a program that is talking to upgrading of informal settlements. You will also find the land servicing, housing, and sanitation. That's just to say that the government is very responsible, the government is listening, and the government is budgeting accordingly. What needs to be done is the implementation. So those regional councillors, the candidates, the local authorities, you already have the task from all of us. Your Excellency, I also just want to, again, quickly touch on, before I come to the National Youth Fund, my colleague here, Comrade Minister of Ministry of Gender Equality and Child Welfare, had mentioned the social grants. And I think we are also using these platforms also to really appreciate the government. When you hear the social grants, it's not only children, right? It's the elderly, the children, and the children are even categories, right? Then you have our people who are living with conditions, disabled, right? But what is critical for you just to know is that we spend around 7 billion. Are we listening? 7 billion for social grants. Is that not a way of applauding your government? This government, thank you so much. Then I just also wanted to say, but that does not mean that the chapter is closed. We are not saying the doors are closed and if you need to be assisted, you are no longer going to be assisted because we are already spending 7 billion. No, we are only saying let us update ourselves as we are moving so that we know today we are in 7 billion. When we add, it will be maybe 7.2, something like that. But it's necessary for all of us to know how much the government is spending on what is called a program called social grants management. Okay? Then, and I believe you are all, I know you are saying, oh, NAMPOS, the queues are long. No, that is the start. But you could see that there has been an improvement between month 1 and month 2. When we come to January 2026, there will be more improvement because NAMPOS has also listened to the queries and the concerns that were raised by the public. I thought I should also say that one and provide clarification, Your Excellency, on that one. Then I quickly come to touch on the National Youth Development Fund. There was a question, Your Excellency, that is to say, at the time of the first call, the comrade, the young person, the young one, I mean, did not apply, and he did very well because he said he wanted to make sure that his application or his documents are proper. That is a good message to all the young people. That's to say, don't rush because this youth fund is not going to disappear. It is there for 5 years. So the young one said he wanted to be thorough, his research, so that he prepares his project proposal that will be bankable. That is a very good advice from this young person. So now, your question was, where are you going to submit? Your governor is even here. You are even lucky because your governor is here. Honorable Governor, there you have the application, and then the Honorable Governor will know whether it will go to Agricultural Bank of Namibia, or it will go to the Development Bank of Namibia, or it will go to the Environmental Investment Fund. Those are our 3 institutions that are implementing the National Youth Development Fund. So you are on the right track. Like Her Excellency has indicated that 42 applications have already been awarded. The total number of applications were 11,475, right? And they have been distributed according to the sectors. Some went to DBN, some went to AgriBank, some went to EIF. And those 3 institutions are doing very well. They have already finished, again, another number of applications, which I cannot announce now because they first have to the governors. Yeah, the governors should first know. And then we are going to announce probably tomorrow the number of other applications that have been awarded. And all the other applications will be assessed until they are all done. And the next call, this is very important. And then there will be now a next call. And that next call will now include also applications from the youth, the upper youth, who are above 35. Yeah? Upper youth, but up to 45 years old only. No more upper. Yeah? It was first 18 to 35, now it's 18 to 45. So you can apply. Thank you. Then, lastly, Your Excellency, just like my colleague had indicated, that there are various programs in government that are really meant to support everyone. And like Her Excellency said, we are too few to be poor. The government has so many programs, yeah, to benefit the Namibian people. We just need to now knock on the doors of the governors to say, hey, can you share all the products that are available? If I cannot fit on the National Youth Development Fund because I'm over 45, can I go to Ministry of Gender? Can I go to Ministry of Industrialization, Mines and Energy for the equipment? Can I go to Development Bank because there are also other products? Can I go to AgriBank because there are other products? And so forth. So information is critical. Hold us accountable because we are here to give you information every time. Those offices where we are, those are public offices. You can call us, you can visit us, we will also visit you. Your Excellency, I'm done for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Comrade President. Through you, I want to just confirm or affirm what others have said and also maybe say one or two things. Firstly, I want to confirm and support what the President has said in her statement, to congratulate the SWAPO Party Youth League, the national leadership, the regional leadership, the district leadership, the branch leadership, and the section leadership. I think you deserve a louder round of applause. Comrade President, through you, while I will touch on one or two of these issues, I want to say the following, that from our side, that is from our boss to all of us here, what make us tick is the barometer of humanity. Every day, every hour, every second that we spend, whether it is in cabinet or elsewhere, it is to ensure that we respond to the aspirations, the dreams, and the wishes of our people. Comrade Secretary here, when he was referring to the former Secretary of the Youth League, yes, we were difficult, and we were saying things. We used to refer to ministers and others to say they are in air-conditioned offices, and that they were not listening to us. So now we are here, we are in the air-conditioned offices. We must listen to what you are saying. Comrade President, we used to camp at Lablanelo number 3. We were in Hambodane Hale. We moved all these places here, and we listened around the fire. It was during winter. We were the first party to do so in Katutura, and we were able to get inputs from our people. One of it was the need for the hospital. And Comrade Shafuda, when she's referring to that hospital, because after what we got from the people, we went to Comrade Pohamba, then President, and we gave what the people wanted. So therefore, what Comrade Netumbo here, former leader of the Youth League, is doing is precisely doing what they are teaching us. They were teaching us, so we are also giving it to them, the Youth League here. So therefore, on one or two things, when he said they were considering to not bring toilets here so that we can feel how the people are living, it is precisely how Youth League should be. And we must make sure that every Namibian is living a dignified life. Sanitation is human right. And that human right also is an economy on its own. If we are able to provide young people the opportunity for them to construct toilets all over Windhoek, for example, there will be people that will become millionaires from that process. But it must then be done deliberately and say, if it is in Tobias Hainyeko, how many young people can construct the toilets? And then if it is in Havana area, how many young people can construct? If it is Samora Machel, how many young people can construct? Now, I'm bringing the point to what the President has been telling us sometimes, which is very right. Sometimes it is not political direction. Political direction is clear. But the civil servants who must deliver the services sometimes are the ones that fail us. So when you now come as a young person to say, I can do the work X, Y, Z, suddenly now it becomes, whose child is this? Who are they connected to? And what form is missing? And what somebody was saying here, corruption comes in. And the President has said corruption is treason. And therefore the message from here is that this conversation is a very serious conversation. This conversation is not only words that will go through the wind. These are conversations where, and I know the ministers here have brought their PAs, Comrade President. The Prime Minister has also brought people here that are taking notes, so that every word that you are saying here, we must take it very serious and be able to act on it. Comrade President, in regards to the suggestion that one of the young person who asked standardized interview questions to discourage corruption and in things like that. I want to confirm that yes, we are thinking in that direction. And just, I think 2 months ago, we were contemplating on, and I think we are still busy with it, to say the whole process of application of public service, that it might help young people if we can digitize it. So that if you are at Otamanzi, you want to apply, you can just log on to a certain app that is secure, and you can put in and submit your application and by a press of a button. So to the person that asked that question, yes, we are thinking along that direction, and in due course we'll inform you how far we are going. Comrade President, there was a question on job creation. I think job creation is one of the ticking, what you call it, the unemployment, as the President has said, 71% are young people and 44% are unemployed. So it is not a matter just to talk about. It's a very serious issue, and the President has given us marching orders in order for us to deliver. And I want to confirm to you the following, through the President. The ministers of SWAPO, under the leadership of Comrade President, they are working 24 hours. They are sweating 24 hours. And even if it is midnight, you send them a text, they are responding. And I want you to know their heart is in the right place. Their heart is in Tobias Hainyeko. Their heart is in every constituency of our country. So about that, you can be rest assured. You can give them a round of applause. Comrade President, there was Mrs. Teen Africa. There was Miss Teen Africa. Teen Africa 2025. Huh? Yes, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for your question. And that is at the core of the barometer of humanity. The living conditions of all Namibians, regardless of their socio-economic status, must be dignified and must be human. And I want to give you one example. Councillor for Tobias Hainyeko is here. Not too long ago, a woman who is working as a petrol attendant lost her 2 children in a fire. And we came there, and then we said, as government, certainly there should be something that can be done to assist this young, yeah, she's in the bracket of below 45, I think. Comrade President, we came and we gave the best suggestions that can be given, but we were told by the city, I hope they are here, they are listening, that she doesn't have land, and therefore we cannot build anything for her. And I think her house is marked illegal or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. So sometimes the humanity, the bank of humanity in some of us is always empty, and you wonder why. So this woman has lost 2 children. How less inhuman can you be? The best is common sense. Laws are laws, but common sense prevails. Unfortunately, there is no degree that you can get for common sense. And so, therefore, as the President has said, let us vote right, but also to appeal to civil servants as well as those in the local authorities. Please have common sense. When there is an issue that needs to be addressed, to address it in the interest of humanity, look of all other considerations, take human consideration. So, Mrs. Teen, you are correct. Thank you very much, and we'll follow that. Our young pioneer leader who has now become a medical doctor, In terms of the medical interns, yes, I confirm that what your minister has said is correct. We are on it, and very soon we'll announce how far we are in respect of that matter you have said. Comrade President, I agree also on the creative industry, on the section leader for Hamtenya Ndadi's section. You are right. We need to do precisely what you have suggested, and I think the line minister has also responded to that. So you are on the right course there. Comrade President, the final one from me is the whole aspect of unity, in my view, is very important. Unity as SWAPO members, unity as Namibians. In the constitution of SWAPO, to my knowledge, is only SWAPO whose constitution has a provision that says to unite the people of Namibia. That is the only one. Now, Comrade President, the question of how come we are not implementing this and implementing that, sometimes is that we have some of those who are in there, not necessarily to build but to sabotage. And if I can then appeal through you all, comrades, in the spirit of the God of our Namibia, when you go into an election, as I have heard from Tobias Hainyeko, you go in an election and whoever wins, we all rally behind that person that has won. And whoever has won becomes our candidate. It doesn't help then, as I have heard here, that because some have lost, now they are going and become independent candidates to decampaign SWAPO or to provide more propaganda to make SWAPO not to win the desired votes that it is supposed to have. So I'm just appealing, Comrade President, and just to say, unity is the Kamanakandongo of nation building. So that is just where I want to end. And I give now to my boss.
Thank you very much, Comrade PM and honorable ministers. I must say that many of the issues raised have been responded. I'll just respond maybe to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The first one is the issue of internship, which was also raised here. The internship is a program that has started even back in 2023. The SWAPO Youth League will recall that when we went for engagement in Erongo, there was a question by the youth that they wanted to engage again the president after the vice president after the engagement. And the youth unemployment was the topic. It was from that engagement with the youth that a proposal came to say that we need to look seriously into issue of internship. And a cabinet submission was made and a decision was taken to the extent that our laws have to be amended in order to allow the private sector to give internship to the graduates. And the internship, then they can be appreciated through taxes. Now, as a government, we have to, some have already started, and I think it's the issue of the information to be made available. Because those companies who are taking up students for internship, then they will, as I said, they will be accredited with the taxes. And the internship, it was made clear that it should not be for less than a year, because you want the person to be employable. When you go now in the labor market, they will ask the experience, and that is where you get your experience. And also the government, we are also doing the internship. Initially it was 3 months, but we have also agreed that we have to extend it because in 3 months, one will not get really the right experience that is required. So we have just really to find a way of to communicate. And then the other question I thought was asked is the issue, how do the projects like green hydrogen, agriculture, oil and gas will create employment and how the young people can fit in. Agriculture is one sector that I always say that is like a faculty at the university. Because in agriculture, you need the specialist on soil analysis, you need specialist on seeds, you need, it's really, it has all the faculties that you need. And our people should take it very serious so that they can be able to graduate and to have skill on all of them. In Mariental, the deputy minister is only that now I cannot recall. She mentioned 5 skills that are required in their ministry. And maybe we have really now to be giving this information out. And what I'm advising young people, please use your gadgets to get into the websites of government. Because like now when the Minister of Agriculture mentioned that we have shortage of those skills, then they have to put that into their website. And when you are deciding on what to study, you have to look at that very seriously. It's really a pity that it has been planted in our minds that maths and science are difficult subjects. And people try to avoid them as much as possible and just go for the commerce and so on. And I want to tell you, I'm a mathematician. I became a politician just because there was no space. And no, it's true, it's true. And I'm telling you, there is no subject that is easy than maths and science. Yes, comrades, I know it, I know it. When we were writing our Form 3, because most of our teachers were from UK, there at Odibo. So they were all expelled. And we decided to organize ourselves. And we say, those who know history, teach each other history. Those who know geography, teach others geography. I was teaching arithmetic and science. And I'm telling you, we wrote our final exam, which we prepared in the Cape, and we passed. So I really never been afraid of science. It's something which is in your mind. Because science is good. If it's black, it's black. And if you are marking me, you cannot mark me wrong. It's not like political science, whereby the teacher wants you to argue the way they want to argue. So science is just giving that answer finish. So please, let us tell our people that maths and science are the easiest subject. You have just to know your formula. You have just to know all what is required, because it does not change in maths and science. So that is where the problem is. Now, and that's how we can have agriculture and all science subjects. When I was in Ministry of Environment, we had no vet. And there was somebody from outside. Every year we have to advertise to see whether we can have a wildlife vet, and it was always 0 application. We didn't have also environmental lawyers. I think he tried to get into it when sometimes I say we have a program of environmental lawyers. Now we are talking about creative industry. We don't have creative industry lawyers. When we were having this film of our founding president, we had a serious problem because we didn't have qualified lawyers in the film industry and so on. So there's a lot of skill gaps that we really need to look seriously. Green hydrogen is another one, and this one had a project where I think when we were in Hardap, we were informed a number of 80 students who were sent from that region, sponsored for what is required in the green hydrogen. The same applies to the oil and gas. We have Petro Fund, and those who want to learn subjects related to oil and gas, you can also go to that. Currently, I had a briefing, and there are still gaps. So when you go to the Ministry of Industry, they will tell how many do we have qualified now on what, and where are the gaps. Please let us use the technology to get information. You can Google it yourself. If I have to work in the oil and gas, what do I need to study? And those of you who already have a qualification, you can reskill. Currently, because the technology is changing and some of the job is taken up by machinery, they are now talking about you can have 3 degrees, you reskill and reskill so that you can fit into the market. So please, that's why I say let us open our minds. Let us not always wait to be told. Let us say, where do I fit myself? And then you can be part of the development program. And then there was a question of undocumented people. This question again is coming the second time. We had it in Marienda. Undocumented people are governed by the UN Convention that requires that every human being, wherever you are, you must be documented. And documented does not necessarily make you to be a citizen of that particular country, but at least you must have a document. And our Minister of Home Affairs are the one which is responsible for this, and we have been really working hard to document people. The challenge always comes that when you are documenting a person, you have to go deeper into the background, because otherwise you may also run a risk where you can find legal challenges of documenting some people, but where they are coming from, there are issues. So that's why sometimes it takes long. So if there is really one, you have that, and you need to be truthful when you are giving information. So you can still go to the regional councillor, to the governor's offices, and to present your case. And then it might take time, but you have to try. I know it's very, very difficult for one to be undocumented, because at one point, why I found myself in that situation, when I was studying in the UK, I first started in Scotland, and my student card was written nationality Namibians. Then when I went to the UK, Keele University, they changed, and then they wrote my card stateless. Really, when you are stateless, it's equal to undocumented. So it's not easy, but you try. Only that be faithful, tell the truth, so that you can be documented. You can put in whatever category, as long as you have your document indicating your real information. That is important. Then another issue that was raised here is one of the entrepreneurs who want to be involved in business activities, and the challenge is to know which machineries are available. Again, the comrade is proposing that maybe we need to have a directorate in the Ministry of Industries that will be guiding as to availability of machines. I think here again, not maybe necessary a directorate. We just need to be sharing information. And you could also make use of the technology to find out. If I want to be involved in the making construction material, what type of machines are required? And where are those machines can be found? And again, under our social program, like the ones in the Ministry of Gender, as well as the Ministry of Industry, when they give equipments, they will be able to give the right equipments, depends on what the people want to invest on. Then the other one, which I think it was asked here, it was not necessarily a question, but a concern. And as the Minister of Education has responded, because the comrade is concerned about our creative industry in Namibia is not recognized internationally. not necessarily recognized, but we are also not paying special attention to it. But our creative industry is recognized because, for example, there's this film. What is the film which is shot by Namibians in the areas of Erongo, and it's very popular in United States. When I was there for the General Assembly, that's when I learned about it. So, yes, so that is the film. It was in Kunene and Skelton, eh? Yeah, so once we raise it to that standard, it's really going to be popular. It's our dream also to have a film city in Namibia, and that will make even us more popular. So it may take us longer, but there's something that we are looking at. So I believe we have responded to the issues as they were raised. There was one question, maybe I don't know whether it was answered because it was not really clear to me, and I don't want the colleague to come back. It was like we are students and we have children. I couldn't really get that. And that was the point when people were clapping hands. So I thought maybe my other panelists have picked it up. But I only got it on that tail. The moderator, if you understand it, I think you can help us. Because otherwise, the one who asked this question will come back. It happens sometimes when we jump one question and then the one who asked comes back. So I believe we answered to your questions, and let us be people who are also caring for public facilities. Like we talk about the toilets. The Prime Minister is very fascinated of giving the local people to do the job. If we have to say we have to put up for public toilets, who is going to take care of them? I'm telling you, we might just bring more problems, health hazards, and all these things. So we really need to be taking care of our facilities. We see them sometimes in the public offices, very beautiful offices built. The toilets are there. Within a year, you go there, you find them, they are blocked, as if they are not used by human being. So let us really also try to change our way of living so that we can take care of our properties that we are building. The government is yourself and nobody else. So I think we are done for the first round, moderator.
Let us please. Let us please give another round of applause for our president and the cabinet.